What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and today we're going to be reacting to a video from the comment section with Brett Cooper titled, "Ladies and Gentlemen, Welcome to San Francisco." Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. Now, I think you all obviously know this, but California always leads the charge in degenerate behavior and terrible policies that actively are ruining the state every single day. And we have another that just came down the pipeline today. And this time, it is coming from good old San Francisco itself.
Because hell is no longer a place only accessible after death.
But before we get into this story, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already. San Francisco has just announced their gift program. Now, I love gifts. I'm very excited about this. I thought, oh, this is really interesting. It is called the Guaranteed Income for Transgender People program. GIFT. So here's their website. It's a terrible, terrible website. It says, GIFT will provide economically marginalized transgender people with unrestricted monthly income as a way to combat poverty our most impacted community members face. Because apparently, California is not wasting enough taxpayer dollars.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Now, I actually did see this a few days back on Twitter. I just forgot to do a video for y'all about it. But it's pretty hilarious, the whole application process. She's probably going to get into it because she's on the website. There's 97 different genders you can choose from. And if she gets into it, I'll let her get into it. If not, I will take y'all to the website myself and we will go through it together. It's the funniest thing ever when y'all see what some of the options are. It is hilarious.
I thought that this was some kind of hoax. I could have totally believed that this was a Babylon Bee thing, but no, here is a real article about it from Fox. It says San Francisco launches guaranteed income program for transgender community. They have a little description here. It's a pilot program and it is the first guaranteed income initiative to focus solely on trans people and will provide regular unconditional cash transfers to individuals or households who qualify according to the mayor's office. Now, solely on trans people. I thought that this whole, side of the political aisle cared about equality. Like, this does not sound very balanced to me whatsoever, but you know what is balanced? Balance of nature. Now, guys, I try to live.
We gonna skip that, but you tried it. You tried it, though.
Now, before we move on, I also want to talk about a point that they put in this article, saying that this program will provide regular, unconditional cash transfers. Now, having unconditional cash transfers does nothing to promote these community members getting better. There is no incentive for people to get back on their feet because they're just going to keep receiving this money for 18 months, I think is how long the program is. Now, I have personal experience with this. I think I've talked about it a lot, so you guys probably know by now. I have a brother that suffers from severe mental health issues. He was homeless for a while. He has been on Social Security. He has been part of these government subsidized programs. And I've seen the mentality that he and a lot of other people on the streets have, where they know that this money is just going to keep coming to them and they don't have to do anything in order to keep getting it. And often, actually, they will go into meetings with these government social workers and they will pretend to be crazier than they really are. They will pretend to be worse off than they really are because that means that they will get more money from the government, and it never stops.
First off, I didn't know her brother had issues like that. Secondly, I know somebody who did this, not for the government money. I know too many people that scam the government for money, but I know somebody that did something like this to get pills because they're like a drug addict. I'm not shocked that they pulled it off, but people do stuff like this.
They just keep getting sent these checks. The reality of what it does is just perpetrate this cycle of poverty and drug usage and unhealthy behaviors. Obviously, I'm sure the people who created this program think that they are doing something that is, so beneficial, it's going to help so many people, but you really have to look at the result of a government program rather than the intent, because that is how you're going to see whether this will actually work. And we have Social Security right now, and we see that it is just a failing program, so I don't know why they think that this is going to do anything better.
Now, to be fair as well, because I did read an article, they claim that on top of getting the money, you got to go to therapy once a month or some crap to keep getting it. But that's kind of like what she was talking about. Whoever you got to talk to, you're just going to keep being crazy so you can get the check for the next month and the next month and the next month until 18 months are out, right? And imagine, so if you're single, you could run it for 18 months. But then also, if you're in a household, each person can go ahead and take a turn. I done seen people scam like that before, so this is a waste of taxpayers' money. But a good solution that I read, somebody was like, considering this application has 97 genders on it, right? And they said you have to respect everybody or it's transphobic if you cut people out. They were like, if you're really in need, why not everybody in need? Not just trans people, but everybody just fill this application out. What they gonna do, tell you lying? They gonna tell you you're not living in your truth as one of the 97 things on that application? Do y'all know that man and woman is actually on that application? Literally. I'm not joking. It's literally on that application. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. All right, so I know this is blurry, but if you guys can see it, right under cisgender woman, you just have woman, then transgender woman. You have all these different versions of woman, right? Trans feminine, feminine of center, whatever that means. Then down here, cisgender man, and then man. So this really just seems like a program for everybody. Everybody could just do this. I don't know how well you guys can like see this, but you also have to remember this is in San Francisco. And to get into this program, because you have to be in poverty, it says not be receiving more than $600 monthly in income, which is like nothing. You would be on the streets at that point in San Francisco. So I don't even know if scamming would even be worth it for this, but that's also a crazy requirement to have, considering it's San Francisco. Oh, and this is what I saw. Where it says, if it's guaranteed income, every San Francisco resident should pick one of the 97 genders and get paid. Drain the resources. It's their money funding this nonsense anyways. I kind of agree. I mean, we just saw man and woman on there. You know, if you need the money that badly, run it up. Because what are they going to do? Sit there, even if you pick something else on there. Tomboy is on there. So imagine you a woman, you'd be like, okay, well, I'm a tomboy, right? And you go in there, you're dressed like super feminine or whatever, but that doesn't mean anything to be a tomboy either. And they'd be like, they look at you and they'd be like, well, I don't think you're a... At that point, you can play the game like they be doing. You're like, oh, you trying to say I'm not really a tomboy? How dare you not affirm me in what I believe I am? Play the game. Go crazy, call a manager, they'll approve it. Everybody's application is going to get approved at this point. Because whatever you pick on this list, how they going to prove you not? That's what I'm saying. How are they going to prove you're not?
Can I have some money now?
I digress, but back to the information from the source itself. This is on the GIFT website. They say the Transgender District and the Lyon Martin Community Health Services, in partnership with the municipal city departments and the city and county of San Francisco, will provide 55 transgender residents of San Francisco County with $1,200 a month in guaranteed income for a year and a half. The program will prioritize enrollment of transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming and intersex people who are Black, Indigenous, or people of color, experiencing homelessness, living with disabilities and chronic illnesses, youth and elders, monolingual Spanish speakers, and those who are legally vulnerable, such as TGI people who are undocumented, engaging in survival sex trades, or formerly incarcerated.
That was a mouthful. Also, they were smart to put a number on it, because everybody could have just... It says we would provide 55, right? Even out of that 55, I promise you, if I'm homeless and I'm not trans, I'm about to lie on that application. I'm about to definitely lie on this application to get that $1,200 a month. You can't really live nowhere in San Francisco with that unless you get like some roommates or something. But I promise you, if I'm on the street, I'm lying on that application. I'm picking anything, and that's what I am for the next 18 months.
They're truly hitting every single one of those intersectional boxes. So I'm sorry, if you're a white transgender person, you're not marginalized enough anymore. I bet you thought you were, but you're not. It will only cover 55 people, which is better than a lot of the media was making it seem. It seemed like this was just a citywide free-for-all program, but it still is ridiculous, especially when you look at the application for GIFT, where they offer 70 gender options for you to choose from. 70. Including one called...
And you kiss your mother with that mouth?
You can literally determine that your gender is... So apparently that is not a slur anymore, according to San Francisco in this organization. They all...
Oh, if y'all want to know what she said, I'm a pull on the screen. Give me 1 second. So for those that wanted to know what she was saying, this apparently isn't a slur anymore. Yeah, that's a gender now. All of these are genders, including BDSM/kink. That's a gender you could pick, apparently. Yeah. Funny story about the F word. Okay, so my last job, this is gonna be hilarious. I used to work third shift, so I was a manager on third shift, and I would get off at 5 in the morning, right? The people I worked with, I don't drink. So even prior to me being religious, I never drank alcohol. It's gross to me. So we would get off at 5 in the morning, and all these people would be like, oh, you want to go to the bar with us? And I'd be like, the bar? It's 5 in the morning, first off. I mean, if this was like a Friday night and I just wanted to kick it with my homies, which still wouldn't be y'all, that would be the only way I'd go to a bar. But they'd be like, oh, no, it's been a long day at work and blah, blah, blah. We're just going to relax and unwind. And the whole time in my mind, I'm like, 5 in the morning? And I was like, no, I'm not about to do that. I'm about to go home, go to sleep, and figure out how to refresh myself for the next day of this nonsense. So what they would do, we would get off at 5, right? This bar didn't open till 7, so they would kick it in the parking lot at work, or they would go to somebody's house and just kick it in their driveway until it was like 6:30 or 6:40, and then they would all drive to this bar together and start drinking. What ended up happening one morning, this one girl that I worked with, she was an assistant in the department I directly worked with, okay? She was a lesbian. Her boss was a gay guy. They're at the bar. Everybody's up there, minus me, because I didn't go with these people. The boss, which is the gay guy, she was telling a story. She was like, yeah, I can't believe such and such was acting like an F word, right? Dude got so mad. He was like, how dare you say that I am appalled and blah, 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 blah. And she just looked at him and she's like, first off, why are you mad? It ain't like I called you one. And he's like, because that's a very offensive term. And if you say that again, I'm going to report you at work and blah, blah, blah. She was like, I'm gay. She was like, I'm a lesbian. So you telling me as a lesbian, I can't say it? I can't say it and I'm gay? And he was like, no, that's not your word to use and blah, blah, blah. He was that type of person. He was actually my boss for like 2 or 3 weeks before he ended up being her boss. Me and that man bumped heads immediately, and I got him up out of there because I'm like, bro, we not about to deal with you. Something wrong with you, okay? Something wrong with you. But he used to trip out over that. Mind you, this is apparently a gender now. This is literally a gender. Like, when they was trying to say bisexual and all that, I was like, okay, yeah. Then over the years, I found out what asexual was, and I was like, all right. Never heard of this. This isn't a gender, so I don't know. This was also an offensive term at some point, saying this D word right here. I'm not trying to get mixed by YouTube right now, but this used to be a thing. Apparently now this is a gender. This is how much of a joke this application is. This is a huge joke.
Also include 16 pronouns that you can choose from. I literally don't know how they came up with all of these. They're ridiculous. They're some that I have never even heard of before. But the first thing I noticed was that it actually still seems pretty discriminatory because I don't see any neo pronouns on this list. Where's death, self? What? Frog, self? I don't even know what the people on TikTok are calling themselves now, but there's none on this list. So
hold on, what did she say? Deaf self? Frog self? Is she joking or is that serious? Because now, the way they be tripping, all of it sounds horrible. Look at this. Down here it says not listed and you just write it down. This is why I said, if you're literally homeless, just fill this out. Just fill it out. At this point, you can't lose. They can't deny you. They can't say you're not. Just do it. Just fill it out.
Oh, thank God they have a not listed section. But anyway, somebody replied to a post about this and said, the city is using taxpayer funds to give universal basic income only to residents who identify as something other than biological sex. They forgot that sex-based discrimination is illegal. That's a good point. Somebody said, I died when I saw unlisted. How could there possibly be anything else left to list?
Right? They literally turned slurs into genders. We went from don't you ever call me that, you transphobe, bigot, and all this other stuff to, oh yeah, that's my gender now. So now that F word, wait a minute, the light bulb just hit. Now you gotta call people that. So now if I don't call you that, I'm not affirming you by what you want to be recognized as. So you can't get mad if I call you that now, if you identify as that. That is where, see, that's where we have gotten to. This is so stupid that we have gotten to that point. I'm not going to finish this out because she's probably just going to be reading comments and stuff for the rest of the video, but it's ridiculous. All of this is ridiculous. And if you watch me and you live in San Fran and you need some money, fill it out. Fill it all out. Get you some money. Get you some money to hopefully better your situation and get off the streets, because goofy. All of this is goofy. Let me know how you thought about the video in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss when I drop a video. And to stay up to date, always hit the community tabs right here on my channel so you can see what's going on. And with that said, you already know who it is. It's Sang.